When you put 8 guys in the box and the Eagles run your ass over, there's nothing you can really do for the next 2 quarters except put the white flag up and surrender. There's nothing left to do. Don't come out of your identity in a game where you can dominate because they're not very strong in stopping the run. You start getting into throwing the ball and you have 3 and outs, this is something to keep an eye on early in the game. I don't like to call myself Nostradamus, but hey, if I were Eagle fans, I'd be a little concerned what Big Silz said yesterday about Rams and Bills going into this weekend NFL action. Here we are on a football Friday. Dear God, I would like to make a prayer here. Thank you for all the riches and the gifts that you give us on being able to cover sports and watch and talk about football. All of us. What a great holiday, an extended holiday weekend. In Big Silz, we pray. Amen. How you doing? Boom. I'm telling you, I am throttled about this weekend. I can't tell you how I'm excited to see the post-game show here on JAKIB with Seth and Mike and D-Gun. By the way, D-Gun joins us today at 5:30 Eastern time. Get us his spin on what he thinks about this weekend's game. First, let me reel it back in for last night. I don't know what you guys were thinking. Big Silz told you that game would not be close. You got the best quarterback in the NFL, man, and the best roster in the NFL. Have I been not telling you that the entire offseason? The Bills have the best team, and it's not close. Can you imagine killing the defending Super Bowl champions by 21 points and you had 4 turnovers? Wait till they play well. I mean, and do me a favor, don't ever compare Jalen Hurts to Josh. Don't ever do that. I heard Barrett on Sports Take today going, hey, you're kind of hoping to see the same. No. You may see a little bit of an increase in getting better for Jalen. That guy's a unicorn. Big, strong, throws dimes. When that guy throws a pass, it's like throwing an arrow. Wham, wham. Even the first interception wasn't his fault. That guy is unbelievable. Hey, every time you guys bring up Josh Allen, there's always people here that bring up Josh Allen. Well, Josh Allen sucked in his first and second year. And I'm like, not like that. So some of you bring up Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts. Please, God, don't do that again. You make yourselves look stupid. Jalen Hurts has no ability like that guy except in his wheels. You don't think he has an arm like Josh Allen? Yeah, enough with that, man. Unbelievable. Where's my boy from L.A.? Where are you, Hoss? What's up, man? I told you, don't be upset. If you're upset with me today, you may be upset with me on Monday, too. And I'm going to tell you right now, just be careful here. If you don't want to hear what I'm going to say when I'm talking about Sunday's game and some of the other games, you might be upset with some of the things I say here. Okay? I didn't think that game would be close. How about Von Miller making an impact, too, with the Bills? Gets a sack. Matthew Stafford looked terrible last night. Okay? Mike goes, my God. Dude, if the Eagles had Josh Allen on their team, they would not lose a game for 3 years. Dude, that guy, if you had to start your team with Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, who would you pick? Von Miller had 2 sacks. Hey, Les, really? You let that guy walk out the building, he'd come back and he haunts you. Let me ask you this, man. Who would you start with, Mahomes? Or would you start your team today with Josh Allen? Who would you start it with? Dude, Stafford was terrible. And like I told you yesterday, I think that elbow injury and the issues he has with his arm, I think it's a thing. I think it's a bigger issue. I think they're going to be okay because the NFC's not all that hot. But I think it's a bigger deal. Allen all day. Mahomes right now. Really. Steve-O says Josh was running too like Hurts. Yeah, but the difference is that guy's got a laser beam for an arm. Okay? I'm going to eat crow. Hey, dude, not on the Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts comparison. I'll never eat crow. He will never be the player that guy is. He may win ball games just by being the best version of Jalen. I've been saying that all week. He'll never be Josh. Don't do that to yourselves. Don't do that to yourselves, okay? Just please don't. I'd rather start my team with – hey, look at Richie. Hang in there, guy. That's what makes you a great Eagle fan. I'll take Jalen over Josh Allen. I love that. Allen takes too many risks. Yeah, a 21-point win over the defending champions 3,500 miles away from Buffalo. Didn't matter. Hey, Josh Allen takes too many risks. This is what I tell you about. Josh Allen could throw himself out of trouble. Jalen Hurts can't. There lies the difference. That guy could get down 21 points and still come back and whip your ass. That guy has everything. He's a passer. He's a runner. He's tough as nails. By the way, I do not want to see, and I thought it was absolutely a dumb play, and I sent Ken Dorsey a text. Why are you running RPOs when you're 21 points up in the fourth quarter? Are you trying to get the guy killed? Why would you run that play? You know what he said? He audibled into it. We were like, no! Because I heard Barrett say that, and I wanted to send Barrett a text, but Dorsey goes, he audibled into it. I'm like, all the offensive coaches went, why? They told him in the locker room, don't do that again. You're up 21. Game's out of reach. It's over. Don't do that. I was like, dude, but the guy wants to win. The guy wants to win. And I told you the Rams defense isn't that good. Jalen Ramsey was destroyed by Stephon Diggs. He owned him. He owned him. Okay. Owned him. Game wasn't close. Okay? Hey, what a statement the Bills make. They go on the road, kick the shit out of the defending Super Bowl champions. That's the kind of statement your Philadelphia Eagles need to make on Sunday. Well, you know, it's the first game and they may limp it. I don't want to hear any of that. The Bills didn't want to hear any of that. Don't you got a shitty taste in your mouth after getting killed by the Bucs in your playoff appearance? You should have an attitude going into that Lions game. You should hear people saying this. Hey, man, I don't give a shit. Kelsey has it. Kelsey has it. We ain't done anything yet. We got to go into this game, and we got to put a statement down. That's what the Eagles have to do. Bills did it. If you're a championship football team, you'll do it too. Flex goes like this. Of course, Allen hasn't beaten Mahomes when it counts. You're right. You start Mahomes, I'll take Allen. Rent is due, baby. Okay? Hey, Mike, you don't want me predicting too many things because wait till you hear what I say about Eagles-Lions here in a second. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, in that order. Those are all awesome quarterbacks. All tremendous throwers of the football. And that's what today's game is. Devin goes, I'll take Mahomes. Hey, guess what? I don't really think, Devin, if you choose one or the other, you're going to be too bad off. Mahomes at 26 has done remarkable things in his illustrious career already, too. All right. What happens on Sunday? I also, in hour number 2, we're going to go over the weekend games other than the Lions and Eagles. I'm also going to talk about my concerns and the strengths of the Philadelphia Eagles going into Sunday's game. But let's start it off. What happens on Sunday? I think the football team, in my opinion, goes into this with pretty much the same mentality they went into last year's 44-6 win with. Thank you, Steve-O. I didn't think it was that hard. Bills are just that much more dominant. Why in the world would Shane Steichen change anything that he did a year ago when they killed the Lions? Flex says, let's call it what it is. They hyped the Bills up, and they had a better team, top-ranked defense. Mahomes rises to the top. I don't think you change anything. Anything. I would make the Lions do this. Prove it to me that you stopped your issues when it comes to run defense. And if you haven't done it, why would you go away from that? Because you're trying to outsmart yourself? I don't think that the Eagle coaches are that dumb that they're going to go into this football game going, let's throw the ball 38 times and run the ball 17. If they do that, they'll lose. But I don't believe they'll do that. I think they go into this football game going like this, throwing haymakers. And what you want to do with a Lions team like that, you want to knock them out right away, and you want to make the Lions remember last year's ass kicking. Because right now, what they've done, they believe in their mind that they've gotten better. Your job is to go into Ford Field and beat the shit out of them in the first 2 quarters to make them understand and remember who they really are. That's a mindset. That's a mentality. Here's who you are. You think you're good right now, but let me knock you around a little bit. Let me beat you up a little bit. Let me have a 12-play drive on you where I ram the ball right down your throat. Jalen 6 for 6. First 2 series. Doesn't have to really throw it much. As long as you're in first down, you're winning first down, and you're constantly 3rd and short, you're going to win this ball game, I think, pretty handily. But let me tell you what I think is going to happen here. The Lions are going to put 8 in the box, and they're going to tell Jalen Hurts to come beat them. I'm not sure that's still going to be good enough to stop the Eagle run attack. Okay? I still don't believe that. The Eagles need to make that game a fist fight. Make it a fist fight. Beat them up. When you put 8 guys in the box and the Eagles run your ass over, there's nothing you can really do for the next 2 quarters except put the white flag up and surrender. There's nothing left to do. Don't come out of your identity in a game where you can dominate because they're not very strong in stopping the run. You start getting into throwing the ball and you have 3 and outs, this is something to keep an eye on early in the game. If we start to see a bunch of 3 and outs, there's a problem going on in the play calling. Keep an eye on the 3 and outs. 2 things, 3 and outs and 3rd and long. If the Eagles are in 3rd and long and 3 and outs, this game's going to go into the 4th quarter. I think a little bit of that is going to happen as well. Because the Eagles are trying to change an identity. But the question going into this Lions game is going to be, how prominent do they want to change that identity? Do they want to throw the ball a lot? Subtly? Do they want to try to be balanced where they don't have to be? You see, this is situational play calling, again, that we talked about last year. You know what the situation calls for in this game on Sunday? Run the ball at them 38 times for 238 yards like you did last year. You did everything at will with them. The game was a breeze. Why not do it again? Show me you know how to duck. Show me You've gotten better. I think the Lions have gotten a little better. You know where I think the Lions got better? Emotionally. And they added Aiden Hutchinson. I still think their run defense stinks. Now, you start getting into 3 and outs, passing. You keep your opponent in the game because you're not throwing haymakers. You're jabbing again. The Lions can take jabs. They can get into a fight with Floyd Mayweather and be in the 12th round. How many stiffs did you see go into the 12th round with Floyd Mayweather? But Mayweather just dominated him. LA Rams, I felt for you, brother. I did, man. Flex goes, I don't care if the game's close. I think the Lions will be hyped. Yeah, they're going to be hyped for the first half. It's going to be up to the Philadelphia Eagles to knock their face into the ground. LA Rams, you guys are going to be okay, though. Okay? You just ran into the best team in football. Stafford's got to get better. And by the way, where the frig was Allen Robinson? Okay? Allen Robinson, I guarantee you right now, Les Snead and Kevin Demoff are definitely keeping OBJ on the list because they're going to need that guy. Django goes like this. Do you think Gannon screws up? I'm going to get to that here in a minute. Okay? This is where I see it happening. I think it's a 28-20 game. I think they win the game by 8 points because you know what they're going to try to do? They're still in some points of that game going to try to throw the ball, and it's going to be a mistake. If they come into that game and in the first half, they're dominant on the run, they got to be patient too. Be patient. You're on the road. Get the win. And then you could take control of the football game. I think it's more of a 28-20 game like that. I think they'll cover the points too. It's 4 in some places, 3.5 in other places. Okay? My question mark again, we got question marks. I'm going to tell you what the strength and weakness is that I have going into this game and how I think this game could be close for a little bit. Okay? 31-20 Eagles. I don't think the Eagles lose this ball game, folks. I don't want anyone to think that, but I'm thinking 28-20, and Travis has got 21-20. Okay. I know. How do you miss a flight? Okay? It's unbelievable. Bristol International, 33-17. Okay. Okay. Eagles, yeah, I got it. Here's my concerns going into the game. Actually, let's do this. Here's the strengths. A.J. Brown. You get A.J. Brown on a 20 going in. I throw that guy the ball every play. He is a red zone nightmare. You better come up with plays where you have designed where that guy has jump balls because I don't think the secondary of the Lions is very good. Make that guy go up and get it because he's going to get it. Run the ball effectively on first down. Get closer to the goal line and have jump balls with that guy. He's going to win one of the 3 when you throw it to him. The O-line has got to make a statement in this game. Make a statement. Okay? Make a statement. How they pass rush is going to be key in this game, too. How you rush the passer is going to be vital. Because if they can't rush the passer, and they could last year, they got sacks in this ball game last year against the Lions. Numerous guys are hurt in the O-line. Don't be looking at the injury report. Go out there and play who's in front of you. When you start doing that, you take your opponent for granted, and you keep the guy in the game or in the fight. Flex goes, funny thing is the Lions fans hyped because it sold out little to do with how the half crowd, the Eagles fan, the Eagle fans are going to be crazy there. Okay? I think the pass rush is going to get home, which is going to make the secondary, in my opinion, look like all-stars. I think the secondary for the Eagles will have a very good day. I think the front 7 will. Now, I don't expect him to blitz much. Okay? If you're not going to blitz Jared Goff, he's going to sit back there if he has time, and he's going to complete passes. Last year he couldn't. You have to get home on Goff if you're not going to bring pressure. Okay? Now let's go to my concerns. Starts with Hurts. It's not so much Jalen. And I want you to listen to where I'm going with this. My concern is not about Jalen. It's about how the coaches are going to coach him in this game. Let Jalen Hurts be Jalen Hurts. If he takes off, take off. If you want to use him more in the run game, run him. Any way you can get across the goal line with him, do it. Throwing for 350 yards is not a goal in this game. Throwing for 250 yards, even though I said yesterday that would be a benchmark that I would like to have on this team. This is about him getting W's. Now, if it's 28-27, it'll be a different conversation on Monday and what happened. There's too many good football players, but I don't know if there's too many good football groups yet on the Eagle team. And I'm going to get to what I mean by that here in a minute. Well, let's do it now. I keep hearing Barrett and D-Gun and Rob and Birds 365 talking about how everybody and all the new talent on the team. You think there'll be a communications issue when you don't practice that much? You don't know these guys, their tendencies in games. They really haven't played together. This Lions game is going to be the first time they really are going to play 4 quarters of football together. You understand this? They haven't played 4 quarters of football. There's 5 new faces on your defense. And you think all of them are going to have all-pro years. Reddick's going to have an all-pro year. Bradbury's going to have an all-pro year. Kaiser White's going to, because that always pans out. Communication will be vital in this game. It'll be vital. Mike says, I'll be at the game. Lions are going to try to run. They think that's where their strength is. Mike, I'll get to them in a minute. Because the Eagles were not very good on first down last year. I think they're going to be better. Okay? I think they're going to be better. Okay? TJ Edward. Hey, Mike, I'm more talking about in-play moments than I am about alignment. And I think alignment's going to be an issue too. Anytime you have new faces, and anytime that you have it, these guys have not played together. It's going to take a couple weeks to have these guys mesh. Watch this. The Eagle defense is not going to be good. And it's not going to be as good as you think against that Lions. You know when they're going to be good? Probably the Jacks game. They're probably going to be good in 4 weeks. And you're going to see them all on the same page. Because then you're going to see trends and reps and everybody's going to be communicating. That's when you're going to see that defense. You're going to see moments in that game where you went, holy shit, what happened there? Most of the time, that's a communications issue. You see, I come at this where, look, if you listen to any local media person in Philadelphia right now, everybody's an all-pro on the Eagle defense, and everyone's an all-pro on the Eagle offense. That's not the truth. Okay? How many all-pros did Tom Brady ever play with? And who gives a shit about that? How many all-pros did Brady play with? How many in his time where he won championships? Let's see. Hernandez? Gronk? Who? Edelman, Amendola? Welker, maybe a few? It was all about playing together, communicating together. Okay? They're going to win this game. Don't outthink yourselves. This is a fist fight. Go beat them up. You beat them up last year. If you got into a fist fight with a guy you knocked out, would you not try to throw the same punch you knocked him out with? Or would you try something different? Wouldn't it be idiotic for you to get into a fight with a guy you killed the year previous and get into a fight where you're jabbing the guy and you give the guy an opportunity to knock you out? That's what made Khabib so great at UFC. This guy tried submitting you right away. He didn't want you later on in the fight. This guy submitted you right away, man. He wasn't going to give you any air. Have a Khabib mentality when you go fight this Lions team. Okay? Go into that game, and we'll see what the coaches. To me, coaches will be an issue. The defensive coordinator is a massive concern of mine. Personally, and I can't wait to hear Seth Joyner talking about it Sunday right after, because we're going to see this again. Bend but don't break. No pressure. You're hoping your front guys get home, and it's going to be the same. And why would he change? Why would a coordinator change on who he is? Why do you guys, because he's got what now? A pass rusher? He ain't bringing pressure. If you're not a pressure defensive coordinator, you don't become one. That whole notion in the offseason that he didn't have talent, that may well have been. But it also has nothing to do with your tendencies and how you blitz, your alignments, what type of defense you line up in. That's all in your structure. His structure hasn't changed. There's nothing different. He's just got better players. Don't you guys understand this? How much do you think Belichick's changed? You think Bill Belichick has changed as a coach today from when Brady was there? Absolutely not. He's got lesser players there now. And in some places, lesser coaches. There's no Brian Flores up there any longer, and there's no Josh McDaniel. You actually got lesser coaches up there. Lesser talent, lesser coaches. He's not any worse of a coach. He's just got lesser people in the building. And he knows it. That's why he's taking more of a role. Okay? That D coordinator's not going to in any way change who he is. He's not going to start blitzing. Why would you blitz a team also? And by the way, if we do start seeing blitzing, why would you blitz Jared Goff? Okay? And if you have a so-called front seven now with Sweat and with Reddick and everyone's saying all these guys, stop. The first thing you got to do is stop the first down runs. Because last year that killed you. I would also say this on the offensive side. Dude, Miles Sanders has to show up. I saw he said he feels good today. Great. How are they going to use him in the game? Are they going to swing past him? Is he going to – you know that offense should run through Miles Sanders? Do you know the greatest show on turf did not run through Kurt Warner? Mike Martz told me numerous times. That offense went through Marshall Faulk. When Russell Wilson was having great success in Seattle, that offense went through Marshawn Lynch. That's how you move the chains. Tom Brady, one of the reasons why he wanted Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette's a great pass-catching back. Brady sets up his run game with his intermediate passing game. The running back, it has to run through him. Because what does the running back do for Jalen? It helps him on play action. If they respect him. How is Shane Steichen using him in the offense? The centerpiece can't be Jalen Hurts when it comes to moving the sticks here. The centerpiece player outside of the quarterback has to be Miles Sanders. You'll never get the passes to Devontae and AJ if Sanders is not a factor in this game. He'll be throwing like he did a year ago. Outs and ins, 61%, and we'll be looking at a guy who's going to go up and down every week when it comes to his completion percentage. Okay? Yeah, well, Greasy and Mike Martz told me, and so did Vermeil, that offense went through Marshall Faulk. Those were the designers of the offense. Sanders to DC, Hurts, and the new faces concern me. Now, again, as I said, burying the lead, I do believe the Eagles win the ball game 28-20. If they duplicate a little bit with a twist of what they did last year's 44-6 win, don't be stupid. Because if that team is close to them in the fourth quarter, the Eagle coaches were stupid. This will be a coaching loss. If you're not coaching Jalen correctly, we're going to know immediately. 3 and outs, 3rd and long. First down, you're giving up big gaps. By the way, that kid, that running back that they have, be prepared. That kid's going to be a factor in the game. Okay? DeAndre Swift, that kid can play. That kid's going to catch some passes. They're going to utilize him. He's going to be the centerpiece of their offense. You got linebacker. Are you going to put Hassan Reddick on that kid? He'll eat Hassan Reddick up all day and night. I better not see Hassan Reddick covering tight ends either and backs out of the backfield. Because I'll play that guy like that all night long and get this. If I'm the Lions, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. 28-20. That's how I see it. Like I said, there'll be moments in the game that patience is going to be in a vital point. On if the coaches can, you're going to have to rely on your special teams, which is also here. Maybe one of the reasons why they lose their patience in the offense is because they don't have confidence in their special teams, especially their punt team. Do you have confidence in your punt team to kick you out of bad field position? You feel good about that? I don't. I think your kicker's good. I don't think your punter's very good. Can that guy, do you have good special teams? Because for a quarterback, Tom Brady, what he says, hey, man, the punter sometimes is one of the most important players on the team. Why? Because he changes field position. Do you know that the punter and the quarterback are the only players on an NFL football team that can change position and field position on one play? You saw it last night with Stafford on picks. You got a good punter? Ray Guy back in the day, Reggie Roby, those dudes, those guys change field position, kick you out of trouble. They're the only 2 players on the field that have that type of capability. OG, 30-17, if they're right and they're on and they're humming, could be there. But like I said, I got it 28-20. Lions have a good tight end. Hey, Kevin, I know. Why do you think the Bills, can you imagine if they had Matt Ariza? If they had that kid on the team, holy cow, and they stopped those turnovers, they would have put a 50-burger on the Rams. That team would have put a 50-burger on them. That thing wasn't close. Wasn't close. Jalen Hurts now versus the Lions. I want to hit on that. I'm throttled, man. I think this is going to be a good first week for the Eagles. If they stay on their rails. All right. Don't forget, my friends at Morgan & Morgan, where the fee is free. Folks, if you're hurt or injured on the job, one of the most important things that you could possibly do for you and your family is to get the right attorney firm to represent you and your family. For the past 30 years, Morgan & Morgan has collected over $13.5 billion. That's a success that they have had when it comes to protecting and representing their clients. With over 800 attorneys and offices in Philly, New York, and in Florida, they're the biggest firm in the country, and they're ready to represent you, no matter if it's a fender bender or a case where you're going to have the best minds in the business, and that's Morgan & Morgan. Call them at 800-512-1600. That's 800-512-1600. The call is free. The consultation's free. 800-512-1600. And when you call Morgan & Morgan, do me a favor. Tell them Big Silz sent you.
When choosing a lawyer for your injury case, you may ask, does the size of the law firm matter? Well, of course it does. The insurance company, they're huge with unlimited resources. And whether your case is big or small, they're built to bully you out of the money you're owed. But here's the good news. We're big too, the biggest actually. And we're built to fight to make them pay for all that was taken from you. Size is our strength. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.